Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Chaos to Calm Budgets. This is my channel where I am documenting my debt payoff journey through cash stuffing and budgeting. This is a review of week 2 of September. I can't believe it's just flying by this year, isn't it? So what I thought we would do is just review what our expenses are for this week, making sure our folders are up to date and everything is all listed down in our budget. So we've had a lot of bills go out already. We do have a few still to go out. What I'll do is I'll just quickly add those up, make a note of them, and make sure that our joint account is enough in there to cover those. So let's go with that. We've got some NHS prescription prepayment to go out. That's for me and my husband. My little man's swimming lessons, the Apple One subscription, which is our it's a great package, really, considering me, my husband, my daughter all have Apple phones, and we actively use the Apple Fitness that's on there. It gives us the extra storage. Just that alone is just value for money. Apple Music as well. I wasn't sure if you said all of that, and that covers all three of us. So I think that's really good value for money. Our Netflix. Yes, we do pay for more screens. There is reason for that. So whilst we pay for Netflix, we also get other people's Prime and Now, and they borrow our Netflix. And yeah, so sure we're not the only people that do that, but yeah. And then we've got Kids Amazon subscription and also our printer ink subscription, and the lottery, which is not usually £20, but I budget up to £20. There's sometimes some left there. So I've still got £189.30 to go out of the joint account. So I'm just going to make a quick note of that on my notes page for this month. So make sure that we've got enough in the joint account when I finish this. I'll double check it. So week 2, £189.30 still to pay. So that's that one. Right then, I'm going to have a look at the activities binder with what's due to go out. My husband has been doing his Dad v Dads the last couple of weeks, so there's probably some surplus there. So I will add up what we've got. So my little man does football training, that's £5 a session. He does his one-to-one at £25 a session. That's why we pay a little bit out of his DLA to basically cover some of those activities. And then my husband does a Dad v Dads football group thing. That's £6 a session. So in terms of what we've got left, today is the 8th, so all of those have been paid out of. He's probably not going to be doing Dad v Dads tomorrow. He hasn't told me he is, so I'm not going to count that one in, but I will count in my little man's one-to-one plus his my husband's Dad v Dads, and then session on a Saturday, session next Monday, Dad v Dads, one-to-one, Dad v Dads, one-to-one. Oh no, that's not one-to-one. Let's take that off, add 5. Session, Dad v Dads, one-to-one, and a Dad v Dads. And then I get paid then, so we don't count that because that comes out of next month. So I need I'm going to double check that. I'm not convinced on that. £125 is what was needed. So let's try again, just to double check. He won't be doing Dad v Dads. So a one-to-one plus Dad v Dads, another training session, a training session, a Dad v Dads, one-to-one, Dad v Dads, a training session, a training session, and a Dad v Dads, and a one-to-one, and a Dad v Dads, and that's it. Yeah, so I was about 125, so that's in this folder. Football wallet, don't know what I've done there, but it was definitely 125. So all he needs in here is 125 pounds. So we have got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 10, 20 and 5. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and 28. So that'll go towards my pound challenge, which I'll do at the end. What I will do though is put these fivers in and swap them for tenors, because it's easier to pay with £5 than tens. So what have we got? How many? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 1, 2, 3. Is that what was needed? No, I've done that wrong, haven't I? I do need to do that. 5, there we go. Double check that I've got 125 here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. There we go. Awesome. So that's now up to date. Excellent. And then my daughter's guide, she has taken her £10 for her trip that we're paying towards. I think we've only got one more payment of that to make. And then she's taken £1 tuck money. My husband's gone to go and collect her from guides. So we've got £1 and £2 left. That's right. I'll just check that on my calendar. So she has taken tonight's, and then she's got 2 more guide sessions before we get paid. So that is correct. Right. And then food. We will review these expenses now, because I have spent on food this month. That was all from last week. So this month we've spent £21.91 and £13.97 and £128.79, which is £164.67, which is what I need to take out of my food wallet. So I keep my food money in a Monzo pot, and then I just transfer that straight to pay off the credit card that we normally use to spend money on our Amex, so that we can accrue points. So I will round that up to 165. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 165, wasn't it? Yeah. And then 20, 40, 60 and 5. So that's been spent. Put that to one side, and then that leaves us for the rest of the month 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, £75. But that divided by 2, because that's how many more shopping weeks that I've got. So I've got basically just shy of £40 a week, which I don't think is unachievable, even though it seems like a small number. I have got so much food in our cupboards, freezer and fridge. It literally will be top-up shops of fresh fruit, veg and milk, likely to be. I don't think that we're going to be doing any big shops now, because, as you know, one of my goals was around doing larger bulk shopping to reduce the amount of times we're going to the shop. So the idea being that we don't spend more money. So yeah, that's what we're working on, and we will see how that goes. But yeah, challenge accepted. £40 for the next 2 weeks. I haven't spent any money on fuel. I will tell you how much we've got in fuel. It is just my husband's car that we need to top up. I drive an electric car, so that's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So he hasn't needed to top up yet. I did take £20 out of it last week to go towards my pound challenge. Let's see if we can save any more to go towards the pound challenge on that. I haven't spent any money on fun. We've got a busy couple of weekends coming up. So we are out on Friday for date night. We're going to go and see a live band. So we've got some spending money for that. And then we've also, what else are we doing? I'm going, it was my birthday on Friday. Me and my best friend, we don't tend to buy presents for each other. We buy sort of events or, you know, outings or something like that, tickets for something. And we are going to an indie festival. It's like a day. If you think about the day clubbing, like they do the club nights thing, but in the day, totally like aimed at anyone who's 35 plus, you know, with kids and whatnot, who just can't manage the nights anymore. But yeah, this is like an indie festival, so we've got some DJs and live music and street food, and yeah, I'm really excited to go and see that. So what have we got left? Oh no, they've got one more event. So the following Saturday we are off down to London to do we're going to go and see Stranger Things on stage, so super excited about that. So we've got 220, 30, 35, 40, 45 and 50, so that's 250. Now I think I actually estimate, I'm just going to pull up my notes. So I said I needed £80 for my for date night, which is Friday. Then we're doing £80 for the festival, and then we've got, I did put £50 aside for my daughter's birthday, which is next Sunday. No, it's not, it's this Sunday. I don't need to buy any more presents or anything like that, but we are doing a bit of a gathering, and so it's about some additional food and things like that, drinks, that kind of thing for that. So I put 50, that leaves us 40 for our trip to London. That should be okay because our train tickets are booked, the theatre tickets are bought, so that's just purely for food and drink while we're down there, for me and my husband. There is a Chipotle that's next door to the theatre. Hopefully that will cover it. It is a matinee as well, so it is literally just in the day. We'll probably take some snacks and drinks with us on the train, that anything we've got stashed, so I'm not overly worried about that. Challenge again accepted. Let's make sure that that does last. So in terms of other expenses, I did have to get my son a new tablet, and I'm using his DLA money to cover for that. We had a little bit of a fumble on holiday and his screen smashed on his tablet. But in terms of the cost of what a new tablet would cost, and we got a refurbished one as well, and an upgrade actually, so it was cheaper to do that. Anyways, it was not cost effective to get the screen replaced, so we just opted to get the new one. We may have a tinker and just kind of do a DIY, see if we can mend the screen, and then maybe sell that on and get a little bit of money back. Let's see how that goes. But that doesn't count any budgets. The DLA just sits very, very separately, all focused on my son and his needs. I then spent £17.75 on family fun. I treated the children to some McDonald's. So I'm going to keep my folder there to put the spent on credit money on. Is this what family fun is in? Let's have a look. Yes, it is. So I'm going to round that up to 20 because it all goes in towards paying the debt on the credit card anyway. So I'll round that up to 20. That leaves me with £30 left for family fun this month for any sort of ad hoc little treats here and there. Put that to one side, put into spent on credit. Then house maintenance, £27.98. I'm going to round that up to 30. House maintenance is in this one. It's more of the longer term savings ones. So what did I buy with the house maintenance? I think it was some storage boxes and some filler and paint just to do some touch-up jobs in the house. So I'll take 30 out of this one. So that's 20 and 30, and then that leaves me with 20, 40, 60, 80. I'm hoping to build this house maintenance one up because I am desperate for a new Hoover. I think we're going to get a Shark this time. We've had Dyson the last few times, lasted us years. I just think we've had some real good reports about how good the Sharks are, and much more cost effective than the Dyson. So we're going to give that a go. I probably will get my new Hoover sooner by going a little bit cheaper on that kind of thing. And then health and beauty, that's more of a monthly spends one. So I think I wrote this one down as an IOU already because I'm already owing money in this pocket. Yeah, I've already had it in £27.51, so we owe £38.79 into that pot, or spent on credit, and I might then end up putting a little bit more in next month into that to clear that off and keep a surplus going. I'd spent it at Holland & Barrett's. I needed some top-up skincare from there. So that's all of that. So I have then £50 to go on to spent on credit. So I'll pop that into my folder here. Like that. And then all I need to do now is my pound challenge, and I'll see what I can pull from my pockets to pay some of this. I am behind on my pound challenge, so this is where I save the same amount as whatever week of the year it is. The idea being that we save a total of £1,378 by the end of the year. I've earmarked this money for some yearly bills that we would need to pay, so the car insurance, house insurance, anything up front, essentially any subscriptions that we pay up front, we'll use some of that. I also want to do a girls trip. We are aiming to go to Dubai, so I really want to use some of this for that, but we are incredibly behind, as you can tell. I should be on week 36. I'm only on week 32, so I need to put £32 in for this week. Did I owe any? Oh, I only owe 29 to week 32. So I'm going to try and put a little bit more in for covering the next week. So what can I take from? So we've got 28 already, which pretty much almost covers that one. Where do I want to pull from? Let's have a look. Do I pull another tenner from the fuel? I think we possibly can get away with that. So I won't pull from groceries because we need to, that's a challenge in itself. I'm gonna pull a tenner from the fuel. That will go into there. And then where else can I pull from? I don't want to take from the fun budget, so I just want to make sure we get that to spread. I think we may have some in miscellaneous or family fun we could potentially pull from. So pair we could do. Definitely got IOUs going on there. Birthdays, I'm definitely going to need that. We've got one of our nephews' birthdays coming at the end of the month. Oh, my sister gave birth yesterday. Cannot wait to meet our new little man. We call him our little heart healer because, as some of you may know, my dad passed away a few months ago. Yeah, we're still reeling from that, still getting over it. I think I might pull. Yeah, I'm going to pull a tenner from Family Fun. I'm going to make that £20 stretch, and I'm also then going to pull 20 from miscellaneous because I'm really going to try and make up this pound challenge. So that's quite a big chunk there that I would have paid for my pound challenge. So where am I up to then? So I've managed to put together 20, 30, 40, 50, 65, 6, 7, 8, so £68. So where does that take us? 68 minus the 29. That leaves us with 39. So I can definitely colour in week 32. Get a pen. I'm going to go for, I did green last time, didn't I? So let's go for, oh, lost all my pens. Where's all my coloured pens? I don't want green again. I've done green. Purple. I think I've got a purple that I can reach. I've got my pencil case. There we go. Gonna colour in purple. There we go. Then we've got £39 still to play with, so I can take from the next week as well. Another colour. There's another colour here somewhere. Oh, blue. I can see a blue. I've dug down the middle, isn't it? There we go. Blue. There. So those two are complete. Lovely jubbly. Then that leaves us with, take 33 away, leaves us with 6. So 34 minus 6 is 28. So for week, I'll make a note here, for week 34 we owe £28. There we go. So I've got, what's that, 1, 2, 3 more weeks. Yeah, that would be last week, Friday just gone. So yeah, 3 more to catch up on, or 2 in a bit. So lovely, making good progress there. So I'm going to pop that just aside for now. Make sure that goes into the right pot on my Monzo. And that's everything. Lovely. Thanks ever so much everybody for watching. Please do like and subscribe, leave a comment. I would love any constructive feedback. If there's anything that you think that I could do better, any ideas, or even if you're just finding these helpful and interesting, any encouragement really, because we have got a massive journey on our hands. So yeah, any sort of feedback would be great. Thank you again and have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.